Are you tired of your book hiding on page 100 on Amazon? What if I told you there's a way to make your book stand out, sell more, make you more money without burning money on ads? Well, if you're interested in that, you've come to the right video. By the end of this short video, which is actually part 1 of a series, you'll know exactly what strategy I use with myself, my clients, and my students to make their books stand out, sell more, and make them more net profit. And to achieve the KDP dream and go from 2K a month to 8, 9, 10K a month. This is the exact strategy you need to use. But first, before we even touch an ad campaign, you need to understand the real purpose behind running ads. There's actually only 2 reasons why anyone should run ads on Amazon. Reason number 1 is to launch our book and to get it to rank. This is usually very aggressive, but the end result is us being in position 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 5 for the main keyword that we have, and for our book to appear as a related product to many similar books in our niche. That's purpose 1. And purpose 2 is to keep our book alive, to keep our sales going through time, through the years. For instance, here, let me show you something. This is one of my ads that I've been running since 2020. As you can see, this ad has never stopped. It's been running every single day for the last 4 years. And it's been making me money at 35% ACOS. And above all, what this does is keeps the book alive. It's still selling organically. It means after ad spend, it's still making me money. So these are the 2 purposes why anyone would run ads. But before even going into it, you might actually not be qualified to run ads yet. I want you to think of ads as a spotlight. They will highlight your book, but if the book itself is not ready, basically it's only going to point out mistakes. If the book is not appealing, it's going to lead to losing money. So let me give you a quick checklist of what you need so you can run ads effectively. Number 1, over 100 reviews or at least 50. I know this seems a bit tough, but I actually made a video on how I do this, and the link for the video is down in the description. This is very possible, and I do recommend having at least 50 reviews before you start running ads. Number 2, high conversion A+ content. Let me show you. This is what the ideal A+ content looks like. It's a section underneath your book that highlights its main qualities and why people should buy it. And look at what this person did. They've added a lot of social proof. They added the most important points addressed in the book. And they also even value stacked it with a lot of complimentary bonuses. And they're saying it's free and all of this is very crazy. It looks really nice and you feel like you're getting so much value for the price of just 1 book. This is more or less what you want to go for. Now, I understand something like this does not apply to all niches, but if you can pull this off, then your conversions will be crazy and you will definitely be ready to run ads. Next, you want to have Amazon influencer videos. I'm not sure if you know this, but video is going to be a big thing in the future of Amazon. I was talking about it in my previous video, but I think it will be the future. And you will want some of these videos here underneath your product so that you will get even more social proof. The good thing about these Amazon influencer videos is that they're not very hard to get. Just go on Fiverr, type in Amazon influencer video, and there's a lot of people who will make you a video for even as low as 20 or 25 bucks. They will upload a video of themselves going through your book, maybe even coloring it or doing the exercises if it's a workbook, and that video will appear underneath your Amazon listing. Once you have all of these elements, I think you are ready for some delicious Amazon ads. Well then, let's start with method number 1, which is ranking. How do we actually rank? What do we need to do? Okay, so there are 2 ways to rank. Number 1 is ranking by keywords, which is basically typing something like learn Spanish for beginners and then looking to see where your book stands in the listing. So for instance, the book that I showed earlier, this 8-in-1 book, is actually in position number 3 organically. In other words, it's the 3rd product on the list that does not have this sponsored thing on it. So we want to ignore the sponsored results and we just want to see where our book is. So let's pretend this is my book. Well, in this case, it will be in position number 3 for its main keyword. That's called keyword ranking. And we also have product ranking, which is equally as powerful or even more if you're looking to scale. So product ranking is when you go to a different book. It can be a book of yours or your competition, and you want to look in the related section or in the customers also bought to see if your book appears right next to it. So for instance, this is another book by the same author, and the 8-in-1 book is actually in position number 3 of similar items that may deliver to you quickly. In other words, it's also ranking in similar products for products within the same niche. Now, ideally, it would also be underneath products of the competition. Now, if we check out the competition's listing in this case, the 8-in-1 book is not on the first page as a related product, but it is on the second. So it has some good product rank, but it could do much better. So our goal is basically to use ads to steal those first spots, to steal the first 5 spots of the search results, and to also be on the first page of related products of our competition's books. That's our goal. So in order to achieve this, we're going to do some manual segmentation. You can also do automatic ads, but we can do them manually, and I think it's actually better. We're going to take keywords like this one, learn Spanish for beginners, but also Spanish workbook for adults. And we're going to start running ads to these keywords so that every time someone searches them, your book will appear as a sponsored result. Now, we can do some broad segmentation, exact and phrase segmentation. I will get into that later. But in general, that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that every time people search those keywords that are related to our product, that your book is one of these 3, ideally, right? That comes out with a sponsored thing. Well, if not those 3, maybe some of the ones down below here that are also sponsored, but you want to appear as a sponsored listing so that you can push yourself into the list organically. Likewise, we can do some product targeting, which means that we are going to pick out exactly what products we want to appear under, and we're going to segment those products. We're going to run ads to those products so that whenever someone lands on the competition's page, if they are to scroll down a little bit, they will find themselves with our book right here. And again, by doing this, we are forcing ourselves into this related product section, which is organic. Just a little side story, something that really helped me figure out the importance of this is actually a platform that no longer exists. Back in the day, my mentor showed me this platform. It's called Yasif. And basically Yasif, what it does, it shows you how all the books on Amazon are interconnected. The more a book sells alongside other books in similar niches, the more other books will recommend it. And it will start appearing as a similar product to other products listings. And that can dramatically increase the sales of your book. So this doesn't exist anymore, but it made me understand that product segmentation is really important and you should definitely do it. Now let's get into the specifics. Basically, to do this, you want to allocate a budget. If your book is a low or medium content book, then you're going to want to spend anywhere between $350 to up to $600, $700 to rank it during the first month. If your book is a high content book, you might be spending quite a bit more, anywhere between $500 to up to $1,000 to rank. And I'm talking about beginner numbers because some of the experts can go way higher on this. In other words, for one entire month or at least 21 days, you're going to want to spend all of that budget running ads to those keywords or to those products, and you want to sustain those sales, improve your ranking, your BSR, and that will make your ranking stick. Let me show you an example. All right, guys, so this is actually one of my books, and I published this book late June. I kind of let the book float around a little bit. I wasn't really selling it. But then around July 19, 20, I started actually running ads for it. And you can see this is the case because it went from having a BSR of 680,000 and it started going down to maybe 88,000, 160,000, 130,000. And the less the BSR, the lower the number, the more sales it's getting. As you can see, I had it at an introductory price of $6.99, so I wasn't making pretty much any money on it, just a dollar or something. But I kept the ads going. I kept the ads going for an entire month. And here, towards the start of September, just a bit over a month later, I decided to raise the price to $10.99. But surprisingly, the BSR stayed really well even until today. And guess what? All of these ads are breaking even. They're not making me waste any money. If I spend $1 on an ad for this book, I get $1 back. The money that I'm making is actually on the organic sales, on the sales that come from the searches and the related products, all organically. Let me show you a graph which exemplifies this 100%. This is the dream of all publishers. Here's a graph that measures your organic rank in relation to your paid rank, basically to the rank of your ads. So this book started off with some nice organic ranking. It ranked for 10 terms, and then it ranked for 67 terms, and now it's ranking for 73 on October. But as you can see, I was also raising the ads, and you can see me segmenting various products in sponsored product and brand headers. And the magic here is actually November, where my organic is higher than the previous month, even though my ads are lower. I mean, this is what makes KDP profitable. You're able to rank your product organically, you spend ads on it, but when you take back at the ads, the organic is still alive. It's still making you sell every single day, and that's what you want. That's what makes this business take off the ground. So yeah, guys, in summary, you gotta do the following thing. Run ads for 21 to 28 days consecutively. Run keyword ads, product ads, automatic ads even. You're gonna waste some money doing this. Maybe you won't even make any money the first month because all the money you're spending on ads, you're probably making barely most of it back. But that's okay. It's our ranking month, right? We're ranking and that's all we want. Then the next month, we're gonna take back some of those ads. We're gonna reduce the spend and then the organic sales should come in. All right, let's talk about the second way or the second purpose of running ads is to not let your book die. In other words, to bring some longevity to the books. And this is why I mentioned to you guys this ad that I have here that I've been running since 2020, because guess what? This book hasn't stopped selling until today. Even today, 4 years later, this book is still selling very well, especially during Q4 season. So for any book that you've actually spent some time on that you have in your roster, guess what? You should be running ads to it. At least have the ads on break even. If you're not using ads to sell your book, somebody else will use ads to sell their book in your niche. And their book is gonna start getting more ranking, more sales, and eventually their organic sales are gonna beat yours. You're gonna go further down the listing and they're gonna go up in the listing. So you have to be very careful. So the key to running this second type of ads is to just focus on breaking even and that's it. In other words, you have to make sure that for every dollar you spend, you're getting at least $1 back. If that's the case, then you can spend as much as you want because it's okay. It's gonna help your bottom line at the end. And it's gonna keep your book selling year after year if you do so. For this, it's very important that you understand later the concepts of ACoS, break-even ACoS, which is the break-even average cost of sales that you need. Oh, and there's other terms like bids, CTR, conversion rate, and many more. But again, we will see those later on. What I want you to understand is a strategy, right? There's the ranking strategy, and now we've seen what is basically the break-even strategy, which you should always have in case you don't have money to rank. Well, at least you have money to run some kind of ads and break even so that your book maintains longevity. Oh, do you think you can run ads without enough reviews? Well, think again. What I want to introduce to you right now is the lever effect. Basically, the amount at which you can scale your ads or you can scale your break even ads will depend mostly on one thing. And that is how many reviews you have. I actually made a graph for you right here. So the graph looks a little bit something like this. Here we have amount of reviews, 0, 20, 50, 100, 1,000. And here we have the amount of money you can spend on ads without losing money. And it looks something like this, right? So the more reviews you have, the more you can spend without losing money. And as you reach 1,000, then eventually it kind of just tapers off because that's the limit of your niche. All right, so what conclusions can we draw from all of this? Well, if you're just a beginner, you're just starting out, don't go full into ranking mode. I would actually have you run break-even ads just at the beginning so that you get accustomed to what those ads look like. There's very little risk of losing money if you do it this way, and you'll get more experience. If you want to know a good ad setup that you can start with, may I suggest the following manual setup. 4 keywords composed of 2 or 3 words segmented in broad segmentation, 4 keywords in exact segmentation, and an expanded product segmentation with 4 products, with a starting bid of anywhere between 56 cents to up to 71 cents. If you have no idea what I just said, don't worry, we're going to cover this in a future video because this is a series. This is just the introduction. Now, I want to summarize the main points that we covered here, but if you enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything else from us. And now, just to recap, there's really only 2 purposes to running ads. Either you want to rank and you want to be aggressive at it, or you want to do some ads at break even and try to scale break even ads, which is also possible. It's very slow, but it's also possible. In an ideal world where money is not an issue, you should do both. You should go in really strong with a really powerful ranking campaign, and then eventually make that break even, raise your price, get some nice organic going, and then just maintain that, well, forever. You can relaunch again 1 year later and do more advanced stuff later on, but that's also for a future video. If you're just starting out, I would focus on the break-even ads first, just understanding the whole concept of it. And also, I bet you didn't know that we have an Amazon ads agency. I help busy people run their ads so that they don't burn their money and their wife doesn't divorce them. If you want me to run your ads, then there's a form down below. If you fill it out, I'll contact you and we'll probably be friends, and who knows, maybe we can work together. Also, I'm still obsessed with this mastermind that I'm launching. It's a $2 mastermind. I'm actually thinking of making it free. I don't know at this point. I really just want to launch it. Let me know in the comments below, should it be $2 per month or should it just be free? Like, I really don't care. I just want to do it. And if there's any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave it in the comments. I'm always reading and commenting back. Love you all. And if you want to keep learning more about Amazon KDP, I recommend to you this next video.